Hello, and thanks for listening to another episode of the Top 8 Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Matt, joined by...
I'm your co-host, as always, TJ, and we are joined by the one and only, the band Judgement. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah, I knew you guys have a show coming up soon with Silverstein, May 24th and 25th, right?
That's right.
So we thought it'd be fitting for you guys to come down and run down some of your favorite Silverstein tracks leading up to the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I caught you guys live back in January, and I have to say, phenomenal performance. You guys put on one hell of a show, so highly recommend if you're watching this, go to the show.
And if you haven't seen them live, you've probably seen their Ask an Emo series on Instagram and TikTok, right?
We do try to pop in on there.
Yeah, we're just trying to do what we can. You know?
You got to do like everything you can on socials just to get attention at this point. So
100%.
you guys are doing it super well. I always whenever I'm working with bands, I use you guys and Patient 67 as like the main templates of like, do this, and then you will start to gain a following, and then it transitions over to like
that's
music
really cool
and
to
stuff.
hear, man.
Have you found that that series in your socials has made a big difference, especially when it comes to like your streams and whatnot too?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was kind of the hopeful plan of creating that series in general, was to kind of get people involved that like the genre, kind of like similar interests, and hopefully they like our music when we start releasing it. So that was the initial plan behind it.
Yeah, we also love the genre of emo, and it's
right.
You know, it's so subjective. Dude. Yeah, there's.
But it's easy to talk about when you're passionate about it.
100%.
90s hard.
Can someone pull up the copy pasta?
The quote, yeah.
Almost every video we see that one come through.
Yeah,
like, we know.
I posted that as a reply to one of my comments one time. It said like, this band is an emo, and so I just like copy and paste it. And it's the amount of people that didn't know about the copy pasta. Like, it just went over my head, the fact that that was so niche. So many people were attacking me afterwards as if I was being serious and like being this pretentious emo prick. And they were like, dude, like, you spent so much time typing that out. But I'm like, it's the copy pasta. Like, I thought everyone knew the copy pasta, but not everyone knows the copy pasta. No. You will look like a pretentious prick for the people that don't get it.
100%. I mean, that text is so long, like to be in a comment. People that don't know are going to be like, yo.
I saw a meme. It was a meme, but someone actually has that as a full back piece.
No way.
Full back piece tattoo. And like, it was legit.
That's hilarious.
Oh my
I saw
God.
it like just some slide, whatever across it.
That has to be photoshopped. Like, there's no way someone actually did that. But then again,
what
like, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me. So we are talking about, your show with Silverstein and top 8 Silverstein songs today. We're going to each present our top 8 lists from 8 to 1, and then we're going to take a break and come back with a collective top 8 Silverstein songs, which this is going to be fun because there's also 4 of us, which means there's going to be twice the amount of opinions, twice the amount of arguments, and I'm really curious how this is all going to shake out.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, you guys want to kick off with your number 8 on your list?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's All right.
Whoever wants to go first.
Okay. Like, so just
here we go.
Just to clarify. Okay.
We need the disclaimer right off the bat. I love it.
I don't know how you guys did your list, but I went by legitimate like songs that I mess with the most.
Of course, yeah.
There's gonna be some like of their bigger songs that are maybe off the list, maybe a little bit lower on the list. Okay.
Hot take.
So number 8, I got Smile in Your Sleep.
Number 8?
Number 8. That's
I knew I had to say it right off the bat because like that could be people's number ones.
That could be people's number ones.
We will see.
I like the song. But there was 7 more that I liked more.
I mean, that's the game, right?
That's why we're here.
That's why music is subjective. I'm curious to know what the other 7 are that beat this song.
Well,
I feel like it's going to be telling for what era of Silverstein you also really enjoy, because I'm a Discovering the Waterfront stan, so
yeah, you're gonna know like just based off of the songs.
Okay.
Like, okay.
Cool.
All right, well, let's get your number 8.
Sure, I can grab number 8. I have A Hero Loses Every Day.
Oh, okay. What album is that from? I don't even...
That one is off one of their older records. I'm blanking now right off the top.
Okay, I'm going to look it up. They have so much music too, where I'm like,
that's what I was going through, like their list, and it's like fans have literally gone through all like 120 plus songs and ranked them and things. And it's just like just shows that longevity of Silverstein.
100%. Yeah,
it's tough too. Just because I was making my list and I was like, oh, what if I like? Because
a hero loses every day. It's on a shipwreck. Should have known that.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's so tough to be like on the spot about things sometimes. Be like, I'm terrible with song names personally.
Yeah,
like I'm just like, oh, I know that song, but I did try to pick the songs that I'm like, okay, I can actually remember the song right now just by like reading the name off.
For my list, I didn't look at the discography. I was just like, what songs come to mind first? And I think that's very telling.
Yeah.
So I got like my first 6 from that, and then I looked up a few other ones. But okay. Matt, you want to go for your number 8?
Yeah, my number 8 is I Am the Arsonist.
Oh my god, that's my number 8 too. There's like the sick riff in that one.
It's nice and heavy. I love it. So it's but of course there's 7 more that I like more.
For sure. I was between that one and Vices for my number 8, but I was like, I feel like I've listened to Vices more, but I think I Am the Arsonist is a bit more underrated. So I put it at number 8.
So Vices is my number 7.
Oh, okay.
That's a great segue.
Since you brought it up. Is Vices your number 7 too? Do we have the same list, TJ?
No, mine was that I put that at number 9. I had some honorable mentions. So
okay, so Vices made your honorable mentions, so we were just kind of one off there. Well, I just mentioned my number 7, and we'll get to your number 7 next.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I got In Silent Seas We Drown.
Okay,
number 7.
Yep, good song.
Okay, if you notice, I mean, I'm a big melody guy. Okay, like vocal melodies. But with a lot of the Silverstein tracks, I love their riffs, dude. Their riffs are just like they're
underrated for sure.
So underrated and so just catchy. They're pretty intricate, but I think in just like the most tasteful way. And I think this song has a perfect example of that.
It's not like too complex, like it's not like mathcore, but it's like there's more to it than just like, oh, this is nice and easy to listen to. It's just like, I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's hard to describe, but I know what you're saying.
Cool. I mean, for myself, I had a big sad boy era in high school, so I had to throw back to The End featuring Lights.
Yes, another good song. Getting some love for Shipwreck at this point already.
Especially with Lights there too, right? Like having 2 Canadian artists on the same track, like you can't go wrong.
For sure.
That.
I feel like the Lights feature, she has a couple good features. The Bring Me the Horizon feature too on Don't Go? I think it's Don't Go. But yeah, she like adds just like this atmospheric kind of, I don't know, sadness to it. But yeah, I don't know. I love it too.
I don't even know if I've heard that track.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely look it up. It's like one of my favorite Bring Me songs.
Wow. That's cool. I love Bring Me the Horizon.
They don't play anything. We were talking about Silverstein. Now we're talking about Bring Me.
Should we be doing a top 8 episode next?
That There Is a Hell record is so underrated. They don't play anything from it live because I think they kind of hate it.
Yeah.
But it's like my second favorite Bring Me record of all time.
Yeah, okay.
My number 7 was The Afterglow, which I know is like, I don't know. I feel like it gets some hate because it's like just like a pop punk anthem, but it's like it's so fucking fun.
Yeah,
like,
dude, it is.
When the warm weather rolls around, I'm like, I want to listen to The Afterglow. And then one other one that I had on my honorable mentions, Take What You Give. The feature was the Simple Plan on A Beautiful Place to Drown. Yeah, a couple of good pop punk songs.
All right, for number 6, I put Ides of March.
Yes.
Okay.
Good song.
So now we're starting to get into Discovering the Waterfront.
Is the rest of your list all Discovering the Waterfront?
No, I've got some others on here, I think.
I didn't include that, but that's like one of my favorite Silverstein tracks, to be honest.
Yeah.
That was in my honorable mentions.
Yeah, it comes in off the top.
Just missed my top 8. But.
Makes sense. I feel like it's easy to say that they're one of the most consistent bands over their entire discography.
Yeah.
Like you're always gonna be able to pick 1 or 2 songs on every record. So I tried to pick I didn't want to stack it with one record over another. So I tried to get some diversity in here, but
I think I literally have one more song on here that's not on Discovering the Waterfront.
Oh my
but the
God.
rest of it is just Discovering
Matt
the
went
Waterfront.
a different way.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Just spoiler
Crazy
alert.
album, though.
Yeah. When you have an album that's just like that good and you're going through all of the greatest songs, it's like it's hard to. It's like I feel like it would be dishonest of me to go into other albums just to kind of diversify because it's just like all of my favorite songs are on that album because it's my favorite album from them, right? So it's kind of like how do you like, do I be disingenuous and just pick things to mix it up, or do I just like stack up the album, right? Like the album stacked. So
hey, if they were all off that album, that's just what you like, you know, like at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Stay true to yourself.
Yeah. And it's like if we got a top 16, yeah, we'll go into some other albums.
Right. Exactly. There we go.
Did you guys give your number 6?
No. So my number 6 is Smashed Into Pieces.
Oh yes, great song.
Just a banger. Is that their? Well, it's one of their first records.
Yeah, it's on their first record. When Broken Is Easily Fixed.
I wanted to bring up the American Idol performance for the guys on.
Oh my god!
I
forgot about that.
I literally threw that up on YouTube last week. When we started talking about Silverstein. I was like, "This is classic."
Dude, yeah, if you haven't seen this, look it up right now, or we'll cut it into a social clip.
I forgot that was a Silverstein song.
Yeah.
I can picture that guy and that clip in my head right now, but like, it was a buried memory, and I totally forgot that he went there and did a Silverstein song.
Randy
I'm pretty
Jackson's rap.
Yeah.
God, I know.
It was like they saw the devil come out of this guy. Like, what is this devil music that this guy's bringing to us right now? This is American Idol. Not,
I'm pretty sure Silverstein like reached out to him too, and we're like, yeah, we love the like the effort, but
damn.
I do have on my list. It comes up a bit higher for myself.
Yeah,
but.
I wonder if that gave them any sort of push on that, like that song, or that like was that like a big part of Silverstein's like growth, because that song was on American Idol. Like I don't know. That's
be interesting to see actually.
Something to ask Shane.
Shane,
email
us. Did you give your number 6?
I haven't. So I actually went with a newer track. I went Bankrupt.
Nice.
I think it's huge. Big fan of that track. And I believe produced by Sam Goyana, who we had the opportunity of working with on our first EP. So
hell yeah.
Kudos to Sam, and as well as Silverstein.
He's killing it. He's like living in LA now, big time in it.
Dude, nice.
And he's still working with Silverstein. I think they just recorded an album with Sam. So she'll be coming out pretty soon.
Oh yeah, I saw something that they were like in the studio working on new music and everything. That's super cool.
Out in, like the desert or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I to follow that up, my number 6 is Die Alone with Andrew from Comeback Kid. I remember when that single, I think Bankrupt came out first. And I was like, okay, Silverstein's a little pissed off coming out of the pandemic, a little angry. And then this song dropped. I was like, oh, they're here to fucking rage. And now when they play this live, it's like, all right, it really pops off. It's like crazy energy, heavy as fuck. So yeah.
Something I think Silverstein's done really well since their beginnings is they get people to feature on their tracks, and they also feature on a lot of people's tracks.
Yeah.
And I think that like contributes to their just long form success. Like, because they're not, some of the people that they feature on, and they're not like above Silverstein. Some of them are below. Like, one that just missed my list was The Artist featuring Brendan Murphy.
That's my number 5.
I love that track.
Dude, it's so good.
Like that was like my number 9 for
me.
But yeah, it's just something that they've always done that's just kept them in the best.
They do always have some of the best features.
We were talking about this too. Sorry, man.
Go ahead.
We were chatting about this just before we came as well. They also keep up with trends on like modernized production and things. Which, you know, like every single time Silverstein drops a track, I'm excited about it. And like where some of the old school bands, you know what I mean? They don't have that same longevity, and they're dropping a new song, and it's like, okay, this is cool. I'm happy that they're dropping music, but it doesn't have that same like excitement behind it maybe necessarily, if you know what I'm saying.
They're good at like evolving. Like they roll with the times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to say something else about The Artist, I remember I went and saw them when they did their 10-year tour for this The Wind Shifts. And they did like the spin the wheel thing to like whatever songs are going to come up. And The Artist was one of them. And I was like, please land on it. And it did. And I just went feral. Like they're like, circle pit right now. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. I've never been so excited in my life.
That's awesome.
I like that they do all of the features too, because you don't really see that too much within like rock or emo music. You see that more with like rap music. And like, it's such a smart way to market your music, to stay relevant, to grow as a band. And then also to like build that community in the music world too, right? Like doing those features. Like I think rap does that really well, whereas we don't see that as much with rock, but you know, we get in that with a band like Silverstein that understands that. And I think that also like speaks to the type of people that they are, that they're like, you know, willing to work with others, because 100%. Not a lot of bands are willing to work with others, or they're not easy to work with, you know, but like like the fact that they're, and like they've worked with so many Canadian artists as well. So it's like to show how much they still support their local scene and Canadian artists. Like I love that. Yeah. So yeah, like that's an awesome way. And then like you said, like some bands either change their sound way too much or they don't change their sound at all and it sounds stale. Yeah. Like Silverstein has found that perfect way of, I don't want to say staying relevant, but like growing with their fans.
Yeah. Like absolutely. Perfectly said, I think, dude. Perfectly said.
TJ, you mentioned your number 5 already.
Yeah, I did. That was the artist.
Let's get some number 5s from you guys.
I got number 5, Bad Habit.
Nice, yeah.
You know, I had to show some love for their newer stuff, not only because, you know, I want to support their newer stuff, but because it slaps.
Dude, it really does.
Their newer stuff, like, really slaps in my eyes. And, like, I don't know. It's just my list, dude. I don't know.
Hey, you don't need to defend it.
That's the one with intervals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So they had some really great features on that A Beautiful Place to Drown. They had Caleb on Burn It Down, I think it was. Yep. And then Aaron from Under Oath on Infinite, which is that one was my number 10.
That's okay.
I also love that record.
Okay, sweet.
For number 5, I went with Your Sword versus My Dagger.
Yes.
Discovering the Waterfront. Huge.
Yeah, great song. Honestly, it comes on and you know it's gonna like pop off. Yeah. The energy is immaculate. Agreed.
I went with Discovering the Waterfront.
Okay.
Yeah.
Track.
So we're just going to count down all of Discovering the Waterfront?
Yeah. No, I got one more song that's not on Discovering the Waterfront, and the rest is basically from Discovering the Waterfront, yeah.
Makes sense. My number 4, then, is Retrograde from Dead Reflection. That, like, opening riff, I think it just, like, it, like, energizes me. There's, like, a sick breakdown in that, too. I can't say enough good things. One of my favorites, heavy Silverstein songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love a heavy Silverstein song for sure. My number 4 is Massachusetts.
Okay.
Same I put number 4 Massachusetts.
Dude, and again
the chorus is so good.
And the riff is like that's personally my favorite album.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know like what it is. I think it's just the riffs, dude. But yeah, just
my number 4.
Nice.
What do you got for number 4?
Massachusetts as well.
Oh,
I think that song absolutely rips.
For me, I feel like their discography is a bit like of an inverse parabola where it's like it started really high, it kind of dipped for me, like I kind of fell off for a bit, and then their recent stuff has really been, bringing me back.
Yeah.
I think that like when I say that, it's not like this, it's like that.
Right.
But it's like I do love their earlier stuff the most, and then their most recent stuff has also been like really, really sick for me.
For number 4, I have Your Sword versus My Dagger.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Anything else you want to add about that one? That we didn't talk
opening
about?
Track to their best album. Like what else? What else can I say about that? Now we're into the top 4, going into the top 3, and so I've got one more that's not on it, and then you could probably guess my top.
Probably. I think my 1 and 2 are probably gonna be pretty close.
I think I was texting you last night saying every time I've gone through editing these episodes, TJ's really good at guessing my number 1 and 2, and I don't know if that's just because he's gotten to know me really well in a short amount of time, or if I'm just that predictable.
It's a bit of
like
both.
It might be a mix of both. I think the Silverstein one's going to be a little bit more obvious than some of the past episodes. So I was like, for sure, you're going to be able to guess my number 1. You two could probably guess my number 1 and 2, and we literally just met a half an hour ago.
My number 3 then is Bleeds No More, which I fucking love this song. The last time that I saw them, I think it was Billy like put away his bass and he was like, I'm screaming this one, and they like came back as like a double encore with Bleeds No More, and it was so hype. Like, I don't know, this is definitely my favorite track from their first record. This one is Smashed into Pieces,
right? And
then the rest is like it's just a little too emo for me, where I'm like, this one has a bit more of that like heavy edge.
Yeah. I get that.
Other stuff is just like super sad
for sure.
But yeah, this song is great.
Well, number 3 is Infinite for me.
Yes, nice.
Your number 10.
Yeah,
but dude,
on the short list.
yeah. For me, dude, I also love Under Oath and
yes, me
Aaron.
too.
You know what I mean? Did that have something to do with it? Maybe. It could have.
Super strong chorus again on that.
Super
it's the
strong
chorus, dude.
Yeah.
It's the chorus. For
you
me.
can't not sing it when it comes on.
Yeah,
so damn good.
Number 3 for myself, I have Smile in Your Sleep. I mean,
okay.
everyone knows it. It's fucking one of those staple tracks.
Yep.
And at the end of the day, like I play bass, but I'll still be trying to tap out the guitar. Riffs on my bass. Like it's just one of those songs for me. So
amazing.
Number 3.
That's my number 2, but we can do your number 3.
Number 3 for me is Smashed into Pieces.
Okay. Nice.
So
we're getting some good overlap here.
Yeah. So now we're kind of getting into that top 3. That's, my last one that's not off of Discovering the Waterfront. So now I'm just, that's it.
Okay, so I'm going to be curious if your number 2 is Smell Your Sleep, or if your number 1 is My Heroine.
Do you want to take your wagers on? Because also we haven't gotten My Heroine out of anyone yet.
I know, yeah.
So I'm guessing that's everyone's number 1. That's going to be my guess. No, well, it's number 1 or number 2. I guess it's.
I already said Smile in Your Sleep is my number 2, so My Heroine is my number 1 easily.
So we've got yours. Okay, let's take a guess. What do you think my number 1 and 2 are?
I think yours is gonna. Yeah, I think My Heroine's gonna be your number 1.
Okay.
I have a number 2 as My Heroine for you.
Okay.
I don't think that's number 1.
And what about you?
Yeah, I think My Heroine's number 1 for you.
All right. So we got 2 against 1. I'm just gonna tell you now. We're not gonna build any of this.
We haven't even said our number 2.
I know.
Number 1.
We're going through number 2 to 1. You're gonna by power of elimination. We're gonna know what 2 and 1 are. But My Heroine's number 2.
Okay.
Yeah. Because My Heroine was the one that got me into them.
Right. Yeah.
See,
And then Smile in Your Sleep is what got me hooked.
Okay.
So we'll go through your number 2s and 1s now.
I guess that's justified.
Number 2 for myself, I was Smashed into Pieces. That didn't come up higher on my list, but
love it.
Yeah.
Man, mine's Ghost.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Underrated cut.
I know
This guy.
I know.
Damn.
But like I said,
It's a good song.
it's just what am I listening to the most out of all the Silverstein songs? That's got to be one in the top 2.
I appreciate that. And you walked into here saying you guys are not going to guess my list because it's all subjective and there's going to be some surprises. And I think we've seen the surprises.
Yeah.
Another underrated one from that record is Aquamarine, too. I also love the acoustic version of Aquamarine, even better. And then your number 1?
My Heroine. Yeah.
My Heroine.
We kind of already, just through conversation, figured out everyone's number 1.
I mean, it's just that track.
It's the most, it's
track.
so you sing along to it every time. Like, I don't know, especially when they drop the music live and it's just like the crowd singing back at them. It's so good.
I don't know what venue it's at, but there's like that old, we've watched it probably 20,
a million times.
Yeah, a million times. And it just, they drop it, they come out with the acoustic and the whole band comes back in on the build up before final.
It gives me if it means a lot to you vibes, like the acoustic into the full band progression. Yeah. So good.
That actually inspired, we don't play it anymore. It's one of our older tracks. We started to do that.
Okay.
We used to do like
bring
a
it
full
back.
band sort of deal and just bring it down. But then I'm like, we were like, hey, what if, it was just me with the acoustic and I was just singing it.
Yep.
And then it was like that vibe where the whole band walks out and everybody's like, oh shit, what's going on? And then
it builds the hype for real.
That inspired that.
I'm in the band. I was so confused about what song you were talking about. I full on remember it. I mean, it's a pre-Judgement song.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Our old band. Yeah, that's what
re-record maybe?
Yeah.
Bro, we've had so many talks about this. There was some lyrics that got cut from the initial version. It was like a 6.5 minute song.
Okay.
And some of them were so emo and we're like, dude, we need to bring those back. My feelings
definitely
are dead.
bring it back.
Yeah.
Just cover your past band.
Yeah, we break it out the odd time and it's just people love it. And if we're from Oshawa, which is very close to Toronto, we break it out the odd time.
Okay.
There. So, if you know,
just a hometown thing, all of our friends that have come out since
for the OGs
kind of thing.
Yeah, love it.
Pull it out.
All right. I guess we'll take a quick break. We will decide what our cumulative top 8 will be.
I have a feeling I know what number 1's going to be. Spoiler alert.
Smile in your sleep.
Yeah. 2v2. We're going to have a fight. I told you, double the people, double the fight.
All right. Maybe we should record this part.
Just for legal reasons, we should record it.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to have to conform to you guys because my list was so obscure. I feel like some of mine are going to be left behind.
We'll throw some underrated gems on there.
We'll see.
Oh, you're done.
We just had the longest conversation about which band is bigger internationally internationally, Silverstein or Alexis on Fire. And I'm really sad that we weren't hitting record on this conversation.
I wish that we were. We barely even made this list.
Like, yeah, I guess so.
But eventually we came up with one. So at number 8, we have Infinite, featuring Aaron from Under Oath, which is an incredible song.
Yeah, for sure. I think that it should be up there. You know,
just on the chorus alone.
Yeah.
Such a strong chorus.
Catchiness, like it's got to be one of the top 8, I would think.
We had to give some love to the new Silverstein.
Exactly.
Don't have anything for the most recent record, but it's also great.
Exactly.
Just putting it out there.
Even their, I mean, this isn't on the list, but their newest song that's with the EDM producer, we were chatting about this before.
Well, Fairlane.
Fairlane.
That was actually sick.
It's so cool, man. And like,
I think he put out like a little EP that has a bunch of little post-hardcore bands on it. And it's pretty wicked.
It's awesome to see.
I love that shit.
It's hard when you have a diverse like such a diverse discography and such a big discography as well to pick a top 8, which is also why I kind of just like narrowed it down mostly to one album, because I'm like, this is the one that album I go back to. But like picking a top 8 that's diverse is hard because their whole discography is diverse, right? So it's like we want to sprinkle in everything, and like, this is definitely one of those songs that needs to be on the collective list. Our conversation was like a lot more civilized than I thought it was going to be completely honest. It was actually pretty easy to kind of be like, all right, here are all the points for each song and let's pick it. So yeah, this one we definitely decided needed to be on the top 8.
Yeah. So when we were young, they're playing Discovering the Waterfront in Full. That's a must-see album for you, I assume?
No, I think that's when I'm going to be taking my water break and my pee.
Get the fuck out of here. I've seen that live like twice in full at this point now. I went to their little drive-in show during COVID, and they played the whole record, which was awesome.
That is wicked.
And then they did a 20-year anniversary for it, and I was like, well, I'm going to go again.
Yeah.
100%.
So I'm like, now that I've seen it a couple times, I don't have to prioritize it, but if I got some time, I'm definitely going to sneak over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Rarity, and they put on a great show too. I didn't really listen to them before that, but I was
they're
cool band.
Sick.
Yeah.
What do we have at number 7?
Number 7, Vices off of A Shipwreck in the Sand with Liam from Cancer Bats, right? No.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's Cancer
Let me
Bats.
pull that up. Let me fact check. Yeah.
Liam Cormier.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
It's Cancer Bats.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
I was like, I started judging myself there.
I honestly didn't even like
put that together.
Yeah, I didn't even clue into that until just now. That's pretty sick. We actually just played with Cancer Bats. Like,
in March.
Yeah,
how was that?
Months ago. That was
super sick.
They put on a crazy show
for Oshawa on a Monday. Like it turned out like it was a wicked show.
That's awesome.
Yeah, cool.
They were one of the first metal bands I ever saw in concert. Like the first metal show I ever went to was Slipknot in 2009, and I think they had. No, scratch that. It was the next one I went to that I think they opened for Billy Talent.
Okay.
And I was like, holy shit, what band is this?
They're sick.
Sick. Number 6 is the first of the Discovering the Waterfront songs. We have Ides of March. Sad Boy Anthem.
Sad Boy Anthem.
Yeah.
Is that one that was on all of our lists? That's like the first one?
It wasn't on mine.
I had it on my list.
Yeah.
So I pitched that one, and he agreed that it wasn't on his list, but it should be there.
It also wasn't on my list.
Dude,
I'm
a
sucker for a Sad Boy Anthem.
We just threw it in. We're like, absolutely, that's a track.
I think it deserved to be there.
Yeah. I limited myself to like 2 songs per album, but this one would have been in like top 3 or 4 on the record. So
right.
Number 5, we then have Massachusetts. Another catchy.
I had to have one song on this, right?
Yeah, fought for that one. Number 4, Your Sword versus My Dagger.
That was another top one for basically all of us.
Mm-hmm. That's the one where like they open up the set and it's like Circle Pit right away.
Yeah.
High energy. Number 3, Smash Into Pieces. I was a little sad that Bleeds No More isn't on here. Spoiler, but also a great song.
And then I wonder what number 1 and 2 could possibly
I don't know.
be. I think that's kind of a mystery there.
Okay, so at number 2, we decided on Smile in Your Sleep, which makes our number 1 My Heroine, which I think we could talk about at the same time.
For sure, yeah.
That was split right down the middle. We had 2 people fighting for Smile in Your Sleep, and then
not this guy. He put it at number 8.
Well, that was why we did it, because he put it at number 8. He actually, I think this was a tactic that he knew coming in. He was like, "We're collectively going to get it. I need My Heroine at number 1, so I'm going to level out the averages.
Wow.
We're going to put it all, weigh it down. You know, I think this was calculated.
Sabotage.
That's what you think of me in the 30 minutes you've known me.
I think you're a very calculated person, very smart. You understand. I think it's taken as a compliment. I'm calling you smart. You're thinking ahead. It's like playing chess. You were 3 steps ahead of us the entire time. You're like, I got to weigh these guys down.
You know what I'm going to say? No matter what song you put at 2 or 1, actually, you know what? No matter what song you put from 8 to 1, there's no wrong answers.
There really is no wrong answers.
Well, because, Smile in Your Sleep was my number 8. But if you compare that to all of their songs, it's not like I'm saying it's their worst song.
It's a personal list.
They have over 100, like
you're at like 100, 99, 98, 97.
Yeah.
So that rounds out our top 8. Pretty good list, I think.
Yeah. I do want to know for the people watching on YouTube or the people listening on Spotify or Apple Music, what is your favorite Silverstein song? Was it My Heroine? Was it Smile in Your Sleep? Was it something that we didn't even mention? Let us know in the comments, and please remember to subscribe, follow, like the show, leave a review, all those little things. They may seem like they're not a lot, but they go a long way in helping us. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you to the boys from Judgement for joining us today.
And one last shout out. I just want to say, go to their show if you're in the area, playing with Silverstein, May 24th, 25th. Anything else you guys want to shout out or promote?
Man, just follow at Judgement CA.
Yep.
We're producing content.
Also, little content creators too.
We're trying, man. We're just dipping our toes into some stuff. So we're some meme stuff, some like more serious stuff, and then some of our music. If you want to listen to it, we're also gonna be releasing a track pretty soon. I don't know when this is coming out.
We got the scoop. You hear it first. You hear it first.
Do we have a date or do we have a rough timeline?
There's no announcement yet, but we're looking at like end of May, early June.
Nice.
Cool.
Which will be cool. And it's also like it's pretty different than like what we've done in Judgement at least. And but we're actually really excited for this one. I think
it's a country song.
Pretty close.
We just turned into Bill Murray.
No, it's still us, but it's definitely got some more
pull a Danny Warsnop and just switch everything up on us.
I don't want to say it's like more mainstream, but I think this could be on like a radio track.
Okay, nice.
But we're still like true to ourselves and all that stuff.
100%. We have a pretty diverse, broad influence group, so
for sure.
I mean, it still feels authentic regardless. So
love it. Well, thank you guys again for coming out. Appreciate
Thank
coming
you.
out. We'll see you next week.